Rock and roll didn't begin with distortion pedals. It began with keys pressed hard enough to shake rooms. Before guitars screamed, keyboards spoke. They whispered soul, shouted rebellion, and sometimes carried entire bands on their backs. These players didn't just accompany songs. They redefined what music could be. This isn't about speed, or flash, or technical bragging rights. This is about impact. Here are 5 keyboard players who didn't just play music, they changed it forever. 1. Elton John. Elton John didn't just play piano. He became the piano. Explosive, emotional, theatrical, vulnerable, all at once. From Your Song to Rocket Man to Benny and the Jets, Elton fused classical training with rock swagger and pop brilliance. He made the piano loud, confident, unapologetic. Elton stood up from the bench, attacked the keys, and turned piano performance into physical spectacle. But beneath the show was real craft. His chord progressions were rich. His melodies unforgettable. His emotional range enormous. Elton John proved the keyboard player didn't have to stand in the shadows. They could lead the band, lead the song, lead the culture. And after him, they did. 2. Billy Joel. Billy Joel made the piano dangerous again. Not by volume, by honesty. He wrote songs that felt like conversations overheard at 2 a.m. Songs about regret, ambition, loneliness, and survival. From Piano Man to Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, Joel used the piano not as decoration, but as a storytelling weapon. His playing wasn't flashy. It was purposeful. Every chord supported the story. Every melody served the lyric. Billy Joel reminded the world that a piano could still dominate arenas. Songs didn't need trends, they needed truth. He brought the keyboard back to the center of mainstream rock without losing intimacy. That balance changed everything. 3. Rick Wakeman. Yes. Rick Wakeman turned keyboards into mythology. While rock bands chased simplicity, Wakeman went in the opposite direction, layering mellotrons, moogs, minimoogs, and grand pianos into massive, cinematic soundscapes. Albums like Fragile and Close to the Edge didn't just feature keyboards, they orbited around them. Wakeman made rock music longer, stranger, more ambitious. His solos weren't just fast. They were theatrical. He played keyboards like a composer conducting chaos, pulling classical, jazz, and fantasy into rock. Without Wakeman, progressive rock doesn't become progressive. He proved keyboards could be as epic and commanding as any guitar hero, maybe even more so. 4. Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder didn't just master keyboards. He rewired popular music. By his early 20s, Stevie was writing, producing, arranging, and performing entire albums almost entirely by himself, using synthesizers, electric pianos, clavinet, and sheer imagination. Songs like Superstition, Living for the City, and You Are the Sunshine of My Life weren't just hits. They were blueprints. Stevie showed the world that soul could be electronic, funk could be political, pop could be deeply personal. His keyboard work didn't sound mechanical. It sounded human, warm, curious, restless. Every modern producer who builds songs layer by layer owes Stevie Wonder a debt. He made keyboards emotional again, and proved that technology didn't kill soul. It could amplify it. 5. Ray Manzarek, The Doors. Ray Manzarek proved something radical. You didn't need a bass guitar to sound massive. As The Doors keyboardist, Manzarek played bass lines with his left hand and swirling organ melodies with his right, at the same time. That hypnotic sound became the backbone of songs like Light My Fire, Riders on the Storm, and Break On Through. Manzarek's keyboards weren't decorative. They were structural. His eerie Vox Continental organ gave the Doors a sound that felt dangerous, intellectual, and psychedelic, like jazz wandering into poetry and refusing to leave. Without Ray Manzarek, the Doors don't exist as we know them. He turned keyboards into a lead instrument in rock, not background texture, but the engine itself. Guitars grab attention. Keyboards build worlds. They shape mood, harmony, tension, and release. They connect rhythm to emotion. These 5 players didn't just influence other musicians. They influenced how music feels. Every synth line, piano ballad, organ riff, or atmospheric pad today carries echoes of what they created. So here's the real question. Which keyboard player changed your life? Who made you hear music differently? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe for more real music history. And remember, sometimes the most powerful revolutions start with 10 fingers and 88 keys.